Hey guys, today I'm going to show you how to change your lock cylinder on your square body trucks 1973 to 1987. I think they used the same lock design for a little bit before and a little bit after that. Anyways, to start with, open up your door, unscrew your little cap thing. I just have a wing nut. It should just come off by hand. It looks like that on the driver's side. Then you're going to want to remove your all your screws. There's one there. There's two in here. One right there, two right there. Ignore that. That's just extra stuff. One right there, one right there, one right there, and one right here on the corner. I think that's a total of what? Like 7 screws. They're all Phillips head. So I'll cut to after I undo all those. So once you remove all your screws, I lied to you guys, there's actually 8 screws. There's one hidden in that cavity right there. Should all be Phillips, like I said. Once you do that, you're gonna need to pull your window crank off if you have that. So what you're gonna do is there's a clip in there you can't see, but push your door panel in, and there's might be a little black cap. Make sure you have an assortment of picks. I'm gonna use this 90-degree one. Get that black thing off of there and push your door panel in. Use your pick. You can see in there, maybe you can barely see it. There's a little clip. You're gonna want to stick your pick in there the best you can and try and pull that clip up in there. This is a pretty good view, kinda, sorta. I got on that clip. I'm gonna just pull it up like that. Just saw it fall there. Carefully pull your crank out. Kind of show you guys what's going on here. A lot of people just throw that black plastic thing away. Makes it easier to get to the clip. The clip just fell. Here's that clip, and it just goes in there. Kind of like that. You can see there's these 2 slots where those ears sit in. But yeah, just use a pick. You can use a hook pick. I just use that 90 pick. I can just get under there, pry it off. After you get that off, then you can start messing with your door panel. Kind of get back behind it and start lifting it up. Kind of helps if you push your lock pin down. Just keep going back and forth with it. Kind of get it loose. Anyways, pull your door panel out and then kind of push up a little bit. Likes to get caught right here where your little vent window is. You can mess with your door handle, get that out too. Then you can see in here, there's our lock cylinder. Let me turn the light on. So in here, you're gonna want to pull this out. What I find has been working for me is get your flathead. Get an angle in here like that, and then just pry it. You should be able to get this thing off up here by doing this. Yep, just like that. So once that's done, you can reach in here, push it out, come out here, whoops, grab it, and then you can get it out of there. Now this kit, I ordered this kit on Amazon. Came with new cylinders, some new pins, like that, little gaskets for it. The big thing is this pin right here. This is a pain. I'm gonna get to the workbench and show you guys how I handle this. We need to transfer this bar to the new cylinder. We have to reuse that. You can see in here, it goes in there on that piece. So we need to get this bar off of this cylinder and put it on our new one. And this is a pain. So I'll show you guys how I do that. You're gonna need a flathead. This helps if you have like an awl or a small flathead or something, and some needle nose pliers. So I got this in a vise here. See this? little middle piece right here, we need to pry that up a little bit. So stick your awl or your flathead in there and kind of pry that up. Kind of just bend it. Since our kit comes with a new one, we don't need to reuse this. It does kind of help if you save these though, if you happen to lose your clip. Anyways, get that bent up. Get your needle nose pliers. And then get one side up there and the other side behind that clip and just pop that thing out of there. That actually just broke right off. This one's pretty rusty. So that's actually kind of helps me a little bit. But yep, we're just gonna, also kind of helps too if you can grab one of these ears and just get that tab, that middle tab out of that hole. Because that's holding that in there with all that tension. So we just need to get that thing off of there. So just keep playing with it and get that off. See here, I was able to tilt mine and get that center pin out of that hole. Just kind of, there we go. Get that off there. I just hurt my finger a little bit. Oh well. Get that thing out of here. This is the piece we need right here. It's kind of gunked up on there. There we go. This is the piece we need to go into that lock, that bar that turns it. So we'll get rid of that. Don't mix that up with our new one. Anyway, get to our new one, and it's just going to be the reverse. You just put this piece on here. Whoops, that's upside down. Probably help if I was actually looking at it. Anyways, you put that on there. Then you need to get that clip on there. I'm going to put this back in the vise and show you guys that, how I do that, because it's kind of a pain in the ass. So, once you get it set up like this, you got to push each side of this clip down and then slide it in there, and then that tension of this clip will hold it on there. This is a pain, so I highly recommend throwing this in a vise. Get your needle nose, get your flathead, screwdrivers if you have them. One thing that I did for the last one on the driver's side before I started filming is I kind of just pried it on there like that with the needle nose. That helps, but I'm going to get this off camera because it is a pain. But if you keep working with it and just stay patient, you can get it. It's not too hard, it just is a little bit tricky. So just be patient and, yep. Okay, that took me a minute to get that on there. One thing I did is, since that clip is kind of arched, I just threw it in my other vise and just kind of flattened it out a little bit. That's not a big deal. Just make sure you don't go too crazy with it. What you're going to do once you get this on here, we need to rotate it a little bit and get that center clip, that center piece, if it will focus, sorry. Get this center piece in that hole, and then what you're going to do is get a hammer and a punch, and just punch that down so that it can't move around and come out. Last thing we want is to mess with this clip again. It's the hardest part of the job, in my opinion. I got my clip lined up with that little hole, and now we're going to use the hammer and punch like that, and just tap it in there so it doesn't come out. Got that clip hammered in. Make sure you put your gasket on. You can do it after you put the bar on. There's some little indexes on it that kind of tell you which way it goes. Now we're ready to install this in the truck. So we'll go back here and I'll show you guys how to do that. So we're back, and we need this clip, this new big clip that we removed before. I think my old one fell inside the door. Yeah, there it is. It never hurts to hang on to these old clips in case you mess up the new one or whatever. Get your lock like so. Get it in there. Make sure your gasket's on there good. And you're gonna come back in here and find your bar. You're gonna want to, how hard hard to get this on film. But you're going to want to put that piece coming out inside that slot. Just like that. And then from there, you can line up the indexes inside your door and get it going. It does help to have your door unlocked as well. That gives you a little more leeway with that bar. But keep messing with it. Eventually you'll get it. There we go. Just like that. Make sure our gasket's good. Then, once your bar is in there, in that slot, get your clip in reverse of removal. You're going to slide it on there, like that, and push really hard. Until it pops all the way in there. It's kind of a pain. Oh, there we go. Okay. So mine's fully on there, you can see. And yeah, that's it. So now you got your lock installed. Just to show you guys it's working. Make sure you get that bar in there or else it won't work. Mine came with 2 keys. Just like that. It's pretty easy, pretty simple. Just a lot of clips and stuff. You got to be patient. To get your crank back on is probably the most difficult thing after you keep messing with it. There's these 2 little nubs up here. Your clip goes like that on there. So you just put your clip on in there, in the crank. And you can do that. And then once you have your clip in there, it's as simple as just pushing it back on here. Once you get your door panel back on. So, hope you guys enjoyed this little video. And I think this procedure is the same on the older, like 60s trucks. And I think they might have used this all the way up until the late 90s. But don't quote me on that. I'm not actually certain. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. Like and subscribe. There's some more content coming with this truck and other vehicles. I picked this up. I want a little story on the truck. Traded my dually for this and another vehicle. And I'm just slowly fixing it up. Floor was rusted out, so I cut up a filing cabinet and threw it in there. That is not professional. Doesn't need to be, though. I'm using this as a work and beater truck. So we're just doing some of the quality of life stuff like the radio. I got a video on that coming out soon. Threw some USB ports in here and some reverse lights and stuff. So anyways, like and subscribe. There's going to be some more content soon on this truck and a bunch of other vehicles. So stay tuned.